You sure looked like you were enjoying yourself.
I was. It felt like some other person's excitement just took over.
That can happen when you use the garment grid. The emotions of the person recorded in the sphere pass to the user.
Isn't that dangerous?
I can't really say.
But it's your invention.
I'm just a kid.
Dancing, Yuna! I want to see!
It'll cost you.
One moment.
She's kidding.
What? No dance? Looks sick, TV. Gullwings! Doing goody duck!
Oh shit, we can't understand Albert again.
I've completed my latest invention.
Okay, creature creator. Use the fiend trap pods invented by Shinra to capture fiends all across Spira and train them as ally creatures for the Gullwings. The more fiends you capture and train, the more fascinating tales you will hear about them. Okay, this is something I don't ever remember doing in my playthrough, so definitely don't need to do it. But I might check it out. Okay, so Brother is in charge, and obviously once again, because Tidus was the one that learned Albed last time, we can't understand Albed yet again. But he seems to be a little bit weird. Well, he was always, you could tell from the way he looked that he was a bit weird, but he was very silent in Final Fantasy X, and we're certainly going to be hearing a lot from him in this game, and things are going to get very interesting with him. Okay, where do we go from here? Let's talk to Payne, because she's new.
This is Payne. I look up to her as a sphere hunter, and also as a friend. I still don't know her very well. She's not exactly the talkative type. I heard she joined the Gullwings shortly before I did. Riku doesn't know much about her either.
What now?
Nothing.
Yep, okay, she's that kind of girl, you can see. So maybe she'll kind of come out of her shell a little bit as we move on the story, but for now she's pretty, you know, stern. Let's chat to Riku.
Having fun?
You bet. It all began when I saw this sphere of you. At least, it looked like you. I couldn't say for sure. I thought I might find more spheres like it if I joined the Gullwings, so I did. Oh, in case you're wondering, the Gullwings are sphere hunters, and sphere hunters are, well, this. We fly all over Spira. I'm really enjoying myself.
Glad to hear it. For a while there, I was starting to feel like a kidnapper.
Don't be silly.
So obviously most of the backstory from this is presented in Eternal Calm, but for people that never saw it, this was a way of kind of bridging the gap, and obviously it returns to the motivation for Yuna to be on this journey. So hopefully trying to find Tidus after he disappeared, or supposedly from what we saw went to the far plane at the end of Final Fantasy X.
Yuna, has my talking gotten better?
He really has improved quite a bit. He told me that he practiced, just so that he could talk with me more.
Oh man. I do love Brother though, he's hilarious. He's so weird but hilarious. Okay, learning Albed. Brother and Albed race speak their own unique language. Yeah, we kind of know that one. Yuna has managed to pick up a little Albed during her travels with the Gullwings, but she still has a ways to go. Go digging for Albed primers in the Beacon L Desert. Expose yourself to language as much as possible and you'll be proficient in no time. So unfortunately it's not like Final Fantasy X where you just pick up primers in those different locations, you have to go digging for them. And again, I don't think this is something that I ever did fully to the end because it was just too time consuming and I just went to get on with the story, to be honest. But just for talking to him, you get Albed Primer 21. And 19. And 3. Cool.
Let's go! Party! Party!
He's a nutcase. You scored the Festivalist dressphere. So I guess without his dad in charge, Brother is just, he lets his full passion, loose. What a crazy guy. I don't think I've ever gotten that Festivalist dressphere. Either I have and I just don't remember. But before we get into this menu, let's talk to the cliche kid genius Shinra.
I know everything.
Shinra's an Albed. He's a real whiz kid.
At least he's not, at least he's modest about everything, Now I wonder, is Shinra one of the kids that we ran into in Final Fantasy X? Because I think there was a kid on Mihen High Road that looked exactly like Shinra. But I don't know. Shinra's Guide to Everything, so he has, you know, all of this kind of stuff here. And all that kind of stuff.
I know.
And he annoyingly says, I know everything, every time you talk to him. So, yeah. So he's the one that takes care of the spheres. As you collect more and more spheres throughout your travels in Spira, you'll get to see the spheres that you find here. So, is this one that we can watch, or is this already something that we've seen? I forget. Maybe this is part of the Eternal Calm. If it is, I'll just edit it out because it's unnecessary. Oh yeah, this is probably the sphere that we do see in the Eternal Calm that shows us the guy who looks like Tidus. Yeah, here we go. Just in case you missed the Eternal Calm video, you can check this out.
No, I'm not sorry. I haven't done anything wrong. I know you're listening. If she was your girl, what would you do? How can you blame me for trying to use your weapon? It was the only way I could save the summoner. What would you do if you were me? Let me out!
Yeah, so he's definitely...
I want to see her!
So he's got the voice, he loves a girl, and he refers to her as the summoner. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that Yuna's seen that and thought, I'm going to try and figure things out. But then you could ask the question, maybe that was just recorded before Tidus ever came to Spira in Final Fantasy X. How do you know? How do you know that that's him after the events of that? Maybe they can somehow date the spheres, I really don't know. But so who do I talk to here to get things going?
Still analyzing.
Buddy and brother are old friends. Buddy says he was aboard Sid's airship with us 2 years ago. When I told him I didn't remember, he seemed disappointed.
Okay, so we've already got 4, that's good. Right, so what are we doing now? Let's have a look at this this new menu that we have. So, most of this stuff is kind of stuff that we already know what it is, but the newer stuff here is access recovery magic using the white mage dressphere. Yeah, so obviously the whole the way we learn abilities here is by getting dresspheres and garment grids and teaching people abilities through experience, and we're going to find out more about that as we move on. So we're going to pick up loads of these garment grids, and they're going to have, we can place different dresspheres onto them, and they all have different paths to interconnect each other, and based on, you know, what we're after, we'll be able to change those so that we can switch between the different dresspheres that we want to use for different characters. And yeah, so as you can see, there are quite a few of these, and many of them are optional. Or pretty much, you could pretty much go through the game without picking up too many more than this. Festivalist. Interesting, okay. So yeah, we will definitely be picking up more of these, but definitely not all of them either, because you probably have to do some pretty interesting stuff to get hold of the other ones. So I'll pick up what I can, and you know, whatever I run into, but I'm not going to go too far out of my way to pick them all up. Develop creatures. Yeah, there is definitely a lot of different stuff here compared to before. But I think we'll just progress the story and get on with the game and see what happens. Can I access different areas? Yeah. Yep, okay, pretty much same stuff that we're used to. So let's have a quick browse around the airship and see what it all looks like. This is very reminiscent, you know, this pretty much is almost exactly the same as what we had in the previous airship, the ancient one. Right, let's check out the cabin. There's a lot of the time, I think I remember a lot of times where you have to go to the cabin and have a nap to kind of progress things. But one of my favourite things is coming up soon. You guys know that I have a lot of love for the High Pello, and there he is, there's my man, his barkeep. So he's decided to work on the Celsius. What a legend. And he's got the voice and everything.
Miss Yuna, what can I do for you?
Our barkeep's a Hypello. No one knows his real name, so everyone just calls him Barkeep. Brother took him in, and now he works aboard the airship.
Oh, I've missed these guys. Okay, he doesn't have anything to buy. That's fun.
Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. I think I'll probably just come and just talk to him randomly sometimes when I'm bored. I think I can probably sleep. I can probably rest here soon. Let me quickly check up here. I don't think there's anything to be picked up here, but that's a pretty nice little chill area. Sitting in that little couch over there, that'd be pretty cool. What was the jump button? I swear there was a jump button here. Yeah, that's it. Circle. Okay. And let's check out the engine room as well. Oh.
Gullwings! Report to the bridge!
Yes, sir. But I want to check out the engine room first. Can I not do that? Okay. Alright, cool. Brother's gonna have to wait. I think for me, the game really started kicking when I started to see some of the old heads from Final Fantasy X. Then I started to really enjoy it a little bit more. It's always nice to see familiar faces. So as far as I know, this game is split up into chapters, and at the beginning of each chapter, the prizes that are in these treasure chests change. So we can always come in here and pick up a few little extra treasures. I mean, even the lingo here, it says you scored. You scored ether. I'm not sure about that word. I guess in the Japanese, it's a little bit more colloquial as well, the language that they use, so that's probably come through in the localization. Because that is part of their job. Okay, let's see what Brother's saying. Well, I guess I haven't been to the deck either. Quickly see the deck as well, in case there's anything to be seen or picked up there. But we can get a better look at this amazing looking airship. I'm not sure about the logistics of this airship and whether you could construct one like this, but whatever. But it's even got a little gullwing thing on the front here. That's pretty cool. Gullwing thing. It's a gull, whatever. Alright, let's get this adventure started. And hold on, does this take me back to the bridge? I think it does. Okay, cool. Alright, let's get this party started.
Treasure sphere waves. They're coming from those ruins they found at Gagazet.
All right!
Cut up! Gagazet!
Alright, so I'm assuming Kimari should be in Gagazet because, you know, that's where the Ronso hang out, unless that's changed in the last 2 years. So hopefully we'll get to see Kimari. Right, we're getting sphere waves from the top of Sacred Mount Gagazet. Go get that treasure sphere, Gullwings. Roger that. So it's all going to be trying to find spheres in order to try and piece together the story and see if it really is Tidus that's in those spheres.
Sacred Mount Gagazet, silent guardian of Xanarkand, city of the dead. When the faith disappeared, the clouds enshrouding the mountain began to thin and disperse, revealing long-forgotten ruins among its peaks. Hey, the rocks are floating!
Don't tell me we gotta climb up that thing!
No worries. I'll take you to the top.
I do love Buddy's accent, he sounds so cool.
Yuna!
What's your status?
Disasterific!
Disasterific is not a word. Say disastrous, like the rest of Spira.
I'm not listening!
Riku, come in.
You want me to hurt him?
That'd be great!
Come in.
Heave ho!
Ugh. Ugh.
Thanks. That was a little close.
A little?
Coming!
We're here. Everything's fine now.
Nah, keep an eye on Rico.
You got it.
Okay, so they gave you plenty of opportunities there to see Yuna's new look, and certainly see up her shorts / skirt, and Riku's. So yeah, just Japanese games, you know, that kind of thing. Jumping tutorial, circle, I get it. Oh come on, I pressed it at the right time. There we go. I guess I didn't quite get it. Okay. These jumps look hilarious. Yeah, it's not quite Final Fantasy's forte to have these, you know, realistic in-game jumping and that kind of stuff. Those jumps look hilarious. Let me jump down here. Yellow ring, okay. Do like this music as well, actually.
Oh, we're not getting across this way.
Let's find another route.
I was about to say it's nice that we can see the other people in the party on screen at the same time, but that doesn't happen very often, so no one. I'll save fairly regularly once again in case something goes wrong. Not going to quite be for the same reasons as Final Fantasy X, because with that thing it was always, if I ever missed something I could reload an earlier save, but here I'm not concerned about missing things, so...
A dead end.
Just great.
Think this machina still works?
Still got Ancient Machina. I kind of would have liked to have seen Kimari first. Surely Yuna would have paid Kimari a visit first before.
Whoa!
I wonder how safe this is. It stopped.
Owie.
What happened? Is Yuna okay?
Things are, oh, disasterific.
Disasterific! I am on my way.
What about me?
Okay, so already the word disasterific has been used 4 times, so this should give you an indicator of, you know, the different kind of game that this is compared to Final Fantasy X. And also, it's probably quite interesting to note that brother asked about Yuna first, rather than Riku. So when they're in danger, surely, you know, as a brother, you should be asking about your younger sister first. But he asked if Yuna was okay. So we're going to build on that as the game goes on. You know, brother wanted to pay to see Yuna dance. So. But we'll talk about that later. It's too early in the game to get into those kind of things. Well, they die so easily. Yeah. You see, I think this was the problem that I was finding with the game, especially early on. The enemies were so easy that I didn't need to use like songstress to inflict darkness or anything, because the fight was over before I ever had to deal with that stuff. So I found myself just relying on easy tactics, just you know, physically attacking everything and just taking them out. Let's get this. Wow, come on. So this random encounter thing has not changed.
Hi there.
I'm gonna change Yuna's dress sphere here. Oh, shit, wrong one. Let's get back to Gunner, because that's Yuna's kind of specialty. So even though they can all have each other's dress spheres, they kind of have one in which they are, you know, associated with. So Payne is the you know, the one with the sword. I forget what exactly the dress sphere is called, but Yuna is the gunner and Riku is the thief. So these are like their default ones. Let's see how trigger happy works here. So still pulling zeros on that. Gonna need some more strength.
Another flawless victory.
But our little Orin has learned Sentinel, so that's good. Scored an elixir. Right, let's have a look at... Okay, obviously it was called Warrior. That's the word I couldn't remember. So here we go. The more experience we get, you know, the more battles we're in and we fight as a warrior, we're going to be able to fulfill these. And as you can see, she can learn quite a lot of abilities here, including cool ones like this that we couldn't do previously. Really cool. So I think, especially early on, I'll probably keep them in their default ones so they can get going with some abilities, because if you switch them around too much, they never really end up learning any of them. So I'll keep them focused on their main abilities for now, and then I'll switch them around a little bit more later on. So Songstress is the one about, obviously, you know, status ailments from Final Fantasy X. So whereas before it was kind of built into weapons and we had spells and attacks that could do it, with this one you have to use a lot of things like Songstress in order to do it. So, yeah, they're pretty cool, but Songstress, honestly, I did not really find myself using it very much. Maybe some boss battles that will come in useful. And Riku has Thief. So it's kind of, a lot of the stuff here is built on speed as well. And for example, something like Flee, very useful, so I'll be teaching her that soon as well. Item Hunter, First Strike, so a lot of stuff built on time, so Riku kind of retains her speed from the previous Final Fantasy X installment. Okay, I'm going to keep everyone as they are for now, and just keep going. And find out just what is at the top of Mount Gagazet. Need to get more clues.
Oh! Who's there?
Leblanc! Remember that name well, loves.
Ah, the thief.
Whatever do you mean? Ugh, that's what I hate about amateurs.
Maybe she'll go away if we ignore her.
I heard that. Just as I was saying, amateurs, they have no concept of what it takes to be a true sphere hunter.
Amateurs, weren't you following us?
Following? A mere coincidence.
You was right, boss, as always.
Indeed, following them has paid off splendidly.
Laugh while you can.
Oh god, such a diva. I don't think the idea of someone being all talk
Them
has
again.
ever been as prevalent as it is in for LeBlanc and her gang. Honestly, they chat so much shit and are unable to back it up. It's unreal. I mean, she calls us amateurs, but we've already defeated them once already, so this is number 2. I haven't put cursor memory on. Oh. Okay, that was pretty cool.
Stop your slacking
Gunner.
this instant!
Okay, what did that do? What does that do? Did it heal him? It certainly didn't show anything. But yeah, as you can see, let me use Sentinel for a bit. As you can see, Yuna doesn't have the most in terms of HP, so as a gunner, her HP is a little bit lower. So I managed to take one of them out already.
Enjoy your flight.
Gotta love them sounds. Nothing could be worse than Vanille in Final Fantasy 13, but still.
Get your act together!
Love tap. Yeah, LeBlanc's all about the love, as you'll find later on in the game. Alright, let's attack the big guy. Not even going to use Trigger Happy, it's just too weak right now to really make an impact. It's quite fun to use when it's doing a lot of damage, but we'll use Power Break on him as well, just in case. Oh, okay, we're done. Riku's running low as well. So not too much magic, as you can see at the moment. Not really dealing too much with that kind of stuff. All about the physical attacks right now. But that'll come as well. I like having I do like to have Yuna as a mage still, because of her roots from Final Fantasy X.